Welcome, it's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll, back at it again to give you the best officiating content YouTube has to offer. Today's game, for today's video, what will we be talking about? Okay, that's what we'll be talking about. We'll be reviewing a game between Holy Spirit and St. Anne's. We got two officials out there with a little bit less experience that we got to train up. We got to build up their officiating muscles to make them become better referees so they can better serve the game. These officials are good referees, but they need some training. They need to be shown what to do, what not to do, so they can make the adjustments. And if you never see game tape of yourself, it's much harder to become a better official. I've been trying to get these officials to go to camps, to do high school, and they're a little bit timid about taking that next jump. That tells me that their confidence in themselves and in their ability isn't there yet, and I want to help them. I want to help make these young men better officials. So without further ado, this game we got Holy Spirit 7N versus Saint Anne 7N. We're at the start of the game, and when we start the game, oh boy, we are in trouble from an officiating standpoint from the start. Let's play the jump ball. So the official who's about to toss does the right thing. They blow their whistle and they point each direction of which team is going. The official is about to jump, made them shake hands to show good sportsmanship, which is good. Throws the ball in the air, and oh my God, we are in trouble because the toss is good. The tip out is good, but there's something I noticed, and what that I know is we're gonna focus in on this official right there that's standing right here at the division line, because we got some things we gotta fix, some things I've been trying to work on, and now since I have game tape, I don't have to be in the gym. I can see what my officials are doing when the boss isn't in the gym, and I can see that we're not quite officiating the way we're supposed to be officiating. So the first thing we got to do is we got to look professional out there. We're out there, our referee shirt is untucked. We got our hands in our pocket. We are not ready to officiate this ball game. I'm not sure if this is game 5, game 6, and he's tired. I have no idea what's going on. Only thing I know is I got the tape, and they said I had to watch the tape. So when we start the game and the toss is about to throw, who's ever standing at the division line, we got to put our hand up in the air. We got to take our hands out of our pocket. We got to put our hands up in the air, and when that ball is tapped, we got to chop, because that's going to be the indication to let the timer know to start the clock. And when we don't chop, now the timer has to guess when the clock should start. I'm not sure if the timer started the clock there or if that player touched the ball, because the official who's supposed to chop their hands didn't chop. And then the play is going out, and look at our official right here. Our official hasn't even moved. I mean, the official who threw the ball is hustling to get into position, but our official right here, who's supposed to be the lead, hasn't even moved yet. So then this official turns their back to the table and tells the scorekeeper to turn the arrow, but that's the responsibility of the official who threw the ball up in the air. Now the kids are playing, and now we put a small little pep in our step to get to the lead. But I don't know about you. It took a whole 11 seconds for our referee to get from the division line all the way to the end line. That is unacceptable. We have to get to our spots much faster than that. Okay, and then we have a backcourt violation, but we got to back that up because something happened. We got to back this up. So the dribbler bounces the ball off their foot, and the ball dribbles into the backcourt. Then the St. Anne's player tries to save the ball, but they're in the backcourt. So we indeed have a backcourt violation. But for some reason, our trail official, who's I'm assuming is in position, is looking right at this, doesn't call this a backcourt violation, and it's a clear backcourt violation. So then Holy Spirit gets the ball.
Go, go, go!
And our Holy Spirit took 1, 2, 3, 4 dribbles and shot the ball. And then we have a whistle for a backcourt violation. Now, I don't mind the call for the backcourt violation because it is the correct call. But what happens is if you call a call so far outside of the window, you're going to confuse the players, you're going to confuse the coaches, you're going to confuse everybody in the gym is what you're calling, because they all believe the window to call the backcourt violation has passed. And when you blow your whistle and somebody shoots a shot and the defense is playing tight defense, everybody may think that you're calling a foul and not the backcourt violation.
What?
So we have our backcourt violation. We are inbounding the ball in the wrong spot. Last video I talked about where to have the throw-in spot after a backcourt violation. You gotta have, there's a tick on the line somewhere in this area, from the coaching box, somewhere in this area, from this white line all the way to where this coach is standing. Somewhere between there, the referees got to get together and determine this is going to be our 4 spots. Taking the ball out from the backcourt after a backcourt violation, that tells me you don't know the mechanics, and we got a lot of training to teach you right here. But that's why I'm making this video. That's why I have the game tape.
Go, Jake!
So we're in transition, and our lead is not hustling to get to the end line to get in position. So what this official has to do, what I've been working on the last couple of years, and now that I'm doing these videos, I will send this video because me and Shelly Russie from Refology, we are trying to improve the officiating skills of this officials right here, because they're going to have a big opportunity to rep some important ball games. But the only way you're going to get those assignments if you show to us that you're able to handle it. That means you got to have the 4 E's: energy, effort, and enthuse out there. You got to give us energy. You got to give us effort. You got to be enthusiastic about being official, and you have to be engaged. Those are the 4 E's. And right now, we're not getting a whole lot of 4 E's. We started the jump ball with our hands in our pocket. That tells me you're not engaged and you're not enthused. And now We're not running, so you have no effort and you have no energy. This right here, we cannot put this on tape. I ref at the collegiate level. If I ref like this at the collegiate level, I'm gonna get a phone call from the boss, and when it's come for the contracts to be renewed in the summer, I can guarantee myself I officiate like this, I will not get a contract to officiate collegiate basketball. So we have to make improvements, and we got to make them fast.
I know, right?
So now in transition, we gotta maintain our 2 and 2. We gotta show energy, we gotta show effort, and we're gonna have to sprint down, we're gonna have to jog down, trot down. We cannot walk up and down the court. At some point, you have to make a decision if you want to run or not. So we don't maintain our 2 and 2. We got 10 players in the front court, and our trail is in the back court. And then our new lead is also walking down and not hustling down to the end line. So we cannot be out there and be officiating and be completely out of position. And we get a steal. That means we should be hustling back. The kids are hustling. They're sprinting. Okay, we got a baby trot there. We're gonna back this up. We're gonna back this up because this is important of why you need to sprint to be in position. When this player catches the ball and is threatening this inline, in order to have the best view of it, you have to be on the end line, because that'll show you if the player is this much inbounds or this much out of bounds. The coaches are going to be able to see if that player steps out of bounds. Even if it's close and that player is barely inbounds, they're going to assume that that player is out of bounds. But you got to be in position to be able to officiate that play.
Good try, buddy. All right.
So I'm not sure what the call was. Was it a foul? Was it a violation? One, because our official is out of frame, but we'll back it up. Okay, so it looks like we have a reaching foul by black number 4.
Oh.
And maybe that player fouled him as well. We have a whistle.
Oh.
Now, when we have the whistle, I want to be able to hear and see what you call. I can't see what you're called because you're out of frame, but I want to be able to hear you. Do you have a foul on St. Anne's? And if you do, you have to report that foul to the table. I don't hear your voice. I don't see you move to the reporting area and report your foul. So we're going to have to work on that as well.
Hi, buddy. All right.
Then remember our throw-in spots. Any fouls, violations that happens inside the 3-point line, the inbounding spot is going to be here, or the inbounding spot is going to be here. For some reason, we're inbounding. We're administering the throw-in from the sideline, which is incorrect. So any fouls, violations, the throw-in spot's going to be here, and the throw-in spot's going to be here. We get a 3-point shot, we mark it, but our official is standing on the court. I need you to be out of bounds and off the court. This is going to give you the best view of the players and the rebounding action. And most importantly, it's going to take you out of the player's way because this ball could hit short of the rim and bounce right to you. And now you're going to have to back up to get out of the way. But if you're already out of bounds, all you got to do is position adjust to be able to officiate what may happen next.
Rebound! Go!
Okay, so we get a foul on black number 3. Now, when you call your foul, you got to put some energy behind your foul. You got to put some effort behind your foul. You got to put some enthusiasm behind your foul. And when you report your fouls, you got to be engaged. You got to tell us black 3, hold, black 3, hit. We won't be able to see all of that when you report your fouls to the table. So when you report your fouls, you're a little bit too nonchalant when you report your fouls. I want you to elevate your game and show yourself, me, that you want to be here out on the floor officiating these kids' games. So we need energy, we need effort, we need engagement, we need enthusiasm for you. That's what we need. We need the 4 E's. I think this is going to be the running theme for this video. The 4 E's: energy, effort, engage, enthusiasm. So remember, we had the foul inside the 3-point line, and we do inbound the ball at the correct spot. Now remember, when you give the player the ball, you got to count 5 seconds, and you're also going to chop with the other hand. You don't chop with the other hand. And then when they dribble the ball in from the back court into the front court, they got 10 seconds, which means we got to count our 10 seconds. Because as this player is dribbling the ball, he could potentially bounce this ball off his foot and they go further into the backcourt, and he'll run back and pick up the ball. And then St. Anne's is going to say, hey, we could probably get a 10-second backcourt, and they're going to go pressure the ball. But if we never count our 10 seconds, if that happens, we may potentially miss a 10-second backcourt. So you always want to count your 10 seconds into the backcourt. Now, our lead official right here, look at this right here. What did I say was going to be the running theme? The 4 E's: energy, effort, enthusiasm, energy, engagement. Those are the 4 E's. And whenever we're walking with our hands on their hips, I mean, you could walk, you could go watch an NBA game, you could watch a D1 college game, heck, you could watch a JC and sometimes even a high school game. I guarantee you, while the ball is in play in transition, you will never see a D1 official, an NBA referee, a WNBA referee in transition walking with their hands on their hips, because that is something that's unacceptable. It doesn't show professionalism, and it doesn't show the 4 E's.
Oh my goodness! Hold on to the ball.
So we had a shot right here, and the shot was close to the 3-point line, but the player, as you can see, let me see if I can back it up just a little bit more. The player right here is inside the 3-point line. Our lead official is in good position to see it. Shoots it. He says 2-point shots.
Rebound!
Basket is good. Now we got to make sure that they put 2 points up here and not 3, because there'll be times where the scorekeepers will think it's a 3-point shot and they'll put 3 points up there. And you can see right here, they put 2. Now, when they inbound the ball, this is something a little bit more advanced. Let me see if I can back it up just a little bit more.
Rebound!
The reason, not now. They call it the trail official for a reason, because you have to trail the play. So right here, you're in front of the player with the ball. You need to be behind because you're the trail. You got to be behind the player with the ball. You got to count your 5 seconds, and then you got to count your 10 seconds. You don't count your 5. You don't count your 10. You don't maintain 2 and 2 with the ball handler. You lose engagement with the play. You need to be somewhere where this P is at, but you're back behind here. We have a screen right here. We got to determine if this screen is legal, and we got to determine if this player is pushing through the screen. Nothing happens, so we're good. Then he comes and sets it again. We got to determine if this screen is legal. It looks to be legal. Let's back it up. We get a shot attempt right here, and look at our trail official. Our trail official is straight line. How do I know the trail official is straight line? Because when they shoot this 3-point shot, he's clearly behind. When he shoots it, our trail official needs to mark if it's a 3-point shot. Our official doesn't mark if it's a 3-point shot because it's impossible to see if the shooter, when we draw the line, if the shooter is on the line or not. So you're going to have to work the arc. You're going to have to come lower, or you're going to have to come over the top. It'll probably be best if you come lower, but it's going to be hard getting you lower when you're not officiating with any energy and effort. So we get a jump ball, we point. Where should our throw-in spot be? The jump ball happened on this side of the floor, inside the 3-point line. So the inbound spot should be on the R. Let's see if they inbound the spot on the R. And so they don't inbound the spot on the R. They're going to inbound the spot on the end line. So they're not doing the whole switching thing, which is, hey, that's something else we got to work on when you get into the high school and you start doing higher level basketball where they want you to show the mechanics. They're going to want you to walk across the end line and administer the throw-in spot here. So the ball goes out of bounds. The ball goes out of bounds over here, which means this official should walk across the end line and administer the throw in, and our trail official should walk across over here. Let's see what happens. So it looks like there's going to be talk getting this player to tie his shoe. And it looks like our lead is getting ready to bounce across, which I would prefer if he would walk across here and this official walk to the other side of the floor. We got to count our 5 seconds. We got to chop. We're counting 5 seconds, but we're not chopping.
Get him, miss.
Now our trail official has to come lower, at least to where this goal line is at, but sometimes a little bit lower to get in this alleyway through right here so you can see in between these players. Then if you're here at the goal line, you're in the perfect position to see if this player is fouling this player. You could referee the defense, this player, and you can see if any of these players are going to come and set screens or not. We get a drive to a basket, so our trail needs to be engaged with the play and step down and see if this is a foul right here by 23. You're going to have the backside because the lead is going to have the front side. You're going to have the backside. We need you to be engaged and come lower. So it looks like we had an illegal dribble call. Let's look at it again. Yep, you can see the illegal dribble.
Get him, Miss.
We'll back it up. He's going to pass the ball to number 4. Number 4 starts his dribble right there. Number 4 stops his dribble by putting 2 hands on the ball. Dribbles again. So we have a good call. Since it was directly in the middle of the paint, you could inbound the ball on this side or this side. We know our new lead is not going to walk across, so he's going to put it right in front of him.
Let's go.
Again, we got to count our 10 seconds in the backcourt. We got to hustle 2 and 2. Stay engaged with the play. Too much cushion again. We need to be right here where this Holy Spirit mask is at so we can referee the defense. As he drives, we need to be right here about where the coach is standing. This is why coaches get so mad, because the coaches are going to be right at the 28-foot line where our trail official should be. And they know if their players getting fouled, they know if their players is fouling and getting away with it. When we're back here in the backcourt, we leave our lead to officiate all these players. And he's got to officiate all these players on the other side of his coverage area right here. So we leave our lead with all these players, and we don't give them no help when we don't referee with the 4 E's: energy, effort, and engagement.
Oh.
So he threw the ball off his leg and the ball went out of bounds. We point our direction. Remember, we got to stop the clock and then we got to point.
Get him, Miss. There you go.
Let's go ahead and back that up. I seen something that was interesting. So now these 2 players have the ball. They fight over the ball. Okay. I thought he traveled, but it wasn't that bad. Looked like there wasn't a travel. Again, we're in fast break and we're not hustling as old league on the new trail. Okay, and that's the end of the first sub break, and I believe that's where I'm gonna end this video, because I could already know if I was to break down more of this, I'm just gonna repeat myself. 4 E's. We gotta do a better job of officiating with the 4 E's. Again, energy, effort, engage, enthuse. We got to referee with the 4 E's, because I know these 2 officials can call a game. I know they know what a foul is. They know what an illegal dribble is. They know what a travel is. They know what an out of bounds is. Now they got to pass the eye test. And the eye test says you don't ref with any energy. You don't ref with any effort. You look disengaged out there. You don't look enthusiastic out there. Your hands are on your hip when you're walking up and down the court. Your hands are in your pocket during the jump ball. There's a whole lot we gotta improve, and we've been working, especially with my man Matthew. I sent them up to refology, and the first thing that happens, I got a call from Shelly, and she said, "What's up with Matthew? He doesn't ref with any effort. He doesn't ref with any energy. He's walking up and down the court. We gotta work with him on that." And that's why I'm making this video. I seen one of his games was on YouTube, and once I seen it and I clicked play, within the first 10 seconds, I said, "This is unacceptable. We got to improve on that." So we got a whole lot to work with. Girls, CYO is starting. Best believe when Matthew and Avion get out there on the court, because there's been people that's telling me Matthew and Avion is walking up and down the court. They're reffing a little bit lazy. I know they reffing a little bit lazy, but now I got the game film to show them. Hey man, this is how you look when you officiate. These are the things we can improve. Do you want to improve on these things? And it'll be up to those individuals to make the choices to improve their officiating. Because if you choose not to improve your officiating, if I have to keep telling you about the 4 E's, if I got to keep telling you about hustling up and down the court, it's going to be hard to give you game assignments. But with that said, it is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll. We're at the 30-minute mark and about a minute over. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.